My name is Ella, and I am very motivated to learn the German language because at first I want to enter the university and you need to take C1. But then as I go along, I found an agency that could help me move there by job, as a working staff. And then I also wanted to learn the language because my friends' children doesn't speak other language except German. And of course, to be able to communicate with my boyfriend and his family in German language. The greatest challenge in learning the language is the grammar itself. I try to do it on my own, but really I cannot. It looks so easy, but if you digest and really want to learn the language, you cannot do it. I found Salome who helped me a lot. The German Fluency Academy helped me a lot to understand the grammar itself. First, I bought a lot of books. I tried to do it on my own, but again, I cannot explain it to myself. Why is that? Why is that? And so I tried to search online in different platforms. The online teacher, I had several, and I spent a lot of money and time, but I was not satisfied with all their explanation. It's like their explanation is my explanation as well. So I need more to understand really the grammar itself. With my language journey, I was able to communicate first with my boyfriend, although we started with in English language, and then I decided to move to German language. And so that was one of the things that the German Fluency Academy helped me a lot. And also when I visited Germany, like I was able to do it on my own at some point, like buying some stuff or asking where is the toilet, especially when we were lost at the airport. Like, I don't know where to go. But then I asked someone, I had the courage to speak in German, as well as when I met my boyfriend's family, his mom, she doesn't speak English at all. I was so nervous at first, like, please don't leave me with her. But then he left me, and then, oh my gosh. But then I survived that night, and she was also surprised that I know how to use the words, especially like the time when you say those words that she didn't expect that I could use that words. And so after that encounter, I had the courage more to speak. I was out of my box at that time. Like, I am not shy to speak anymore because I could speak with a German and she understand me. After my second trip to Germany, when I returned here, I started to find the groups and I joined the German mass every Sunday. I was able to speak with some of the Germans there and they said that I could speak. It's good. That was some of my journey in this language in with the German Fluency Academy. So it really have a big impact to me to where I am right now in terms of my language skills. I want to check where I am right now, like my skills, because yeah, I don't speak German at all. Like, in speaking terms, it's only on books, learning. But then I have to check myself where I am right now. Can I speak? I've been there 2 times now in Germany, so I think I have the courage now to be with them, to go with them. That's why okay, let's try. And it was so good. At first, I decided to enter the university, but I know it will take so long to get the C1. Maybe if I'm there, I could go with that level, but right now I couldn't. And so I had another opportunity to get a job. So yeah, I started only last year of December and I wasn't expecting any interview at the time. I was like just relaxing and enjoying the Christmas season. And then I got a message that I'm scheduled for an interview before New Year. I was like, oh, how should I prepare myself with this one? A colleague of mine just told me, like, just write and then memorize it. No, it won't work. I don't like memorizing at all. you should really know the language itself. And I just tried to write myself, like, yeah. And then I just read it. And then the interview started and it lasted just like few minutes. And they were just smiling at me and they asked me a lot of about myself, like when did you graduated, like some of the words that I couldn't understand, but the g's was there. Like I know she asked me when did you graduate, but the only word I heard from that is like when abschluss. So I know from that word, I know when did I graduate. So I just answered that one. And then they were impressed as they said that I could speak with them in German, and they asked me where I am right now. I mean, in the language class. And then I said, I'm on B1. But then they said, oh, I think you're really on B1. It's like, yeah. So I have to ask them several times, maybe in some questions, because I couldn't understand that much. But then after 3 times, I could understand them and I was able to answer the questions. And then after that one, the staff told me that I have to wait for a week. It was like, oh, it's New Year. How can I enjoy my New Year? Waiting for an answer if I pass or not. Ugh. And then after a few minutes, they sent me, oh, they were impressed with my language. They didn't expect that I could speak like that, especially the pronunciation. So I think they heard me clearly, although my grammar was not so perfect, but the pronunciation was so good. And so from then on, it goes well. And then finally, they offered me a job to work there, and we're working on it. They advised me to get the B1 only, but I'm aiming for B2. Hopefully soon I could. But if I cannot, I'll go with the B1. But I think I can with the help of Salome and the GFA. I would highly recommend the German Fluency Academy. First, because it is best to learn the language from the German, I mean, native teacher. There's no other way or other person to learn the language. And also, the good thing here is you can learn the language at your own pace, especially when you are working. Like for me, I'm working 8 to 12 hours per shift. So it's a big issue or problem with me going in a class and you have to do it at the same time. So that's why I didn't had the doubt or think twice to join this one. And also because the German fluency is very systematic. You know where you at, where you stop, and where will you begin. The topics is already listed, so you have an idea how the class will go or the schedules. And also it gives you a high quality of learning. That's all I can say. And there's no wasted money and time in German Fluency Academy. Believe me. German language is really hard, I tell you. It's not an easy, especially when you're an English speaker. You would have lots of questions. Why the verb is like this? Why you have to conjugate? I was there. I was so hopeless. Like why there is s when you go with the grammar, the adjective declination, where it is a normal topic or normal words that you will see in a sentence, but why it becomes s and here it becomes e. Don't lose hope, you will learn along the way. I was there really. I don't know where to get it, but now after going through the topics, I can understand the language. I can tell you why it's like this and like that in some point, because I've learned that one. So with many questions and being hopeless, you will learn that in this platform. After completing the A1, A2 topics, I had a base now, like I have a foundation now. So I know how to use the words, and I've collected a lot of vocabulary words in order for me to speak, because I want to have a conversation, not just like hi, hello, good morning, like the phrases. I want to go along with the conversation. So I've collected words, and then when I know by heart the grammar, it's when I started speaking, because it's not about knowing the language, but you should love or you should put it in your heart to be able to speak confidently, even if it's sometimes you get wrong, because the grammar itself is really hard and it's way different in English.